What is going on? Welcome to episode 178 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, and this is going to be a little bit different. We just had a Nintendo Direct, literally finished up 24 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. Okay, so there's a ton of hype. I have a handful of people that are going to join me real quick for a call-in show, be a little different, and then Super Nintendo is going to join me for the remainder. We're just going to break down the Direct real quick, and so it should be a good time. Before we get started, the music you just heard is from On Being Human. You can check them out on Spotify and YouTube. Remember, this is an unofficial Nintendo podcast. And if you'd like to get yourself a free book from Audible, go to audibletrial.com/NPC. The chair I'm sitting in from OPC, go to n64josh.com/OPC, and you will automatically save $10 at checkout. And that's going to do it for the ads. Real quick announcement, guys. I am going to be doing my birthday's this weekend. On Saturday, I'm going to be doing a birthday stream, and I'm going to be doing some giveaways and stuff. So make sure to come hang out for that. It's going to start around 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, and it should be a good time. So I'm really looking forward to it. So with that, we're going to get right in to some of our callers here. Here we go. Okay, all right. Well, Wave Tsunami is going to be our first caller here. I'm going to move him into the stream room with me. Wave, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm great.
Good.
That was insane, my dude.
Say that again.
The Direct, it was crazy. I can't.
Pretty hyped, huh? Pretty hyped?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Love it. What got you the most oh, wait a minute. Hang on, it moved me out of the call room. I went to bump his volume a little bit. What got you the most hyped?
Either Starlink, because that's got my boy Falco in it, and that's an automatic sell for me. Or Link's Awakening, because I'm just a huge Zelda fan.
Love it. Right on. Well, hey, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, next up we're gonna grab Nick Lope. Here we go. Nick, what's going on, dude?
Josh, how are you?
Good. What were you hyped about, man, from the Direct?
Josh, the Mario Maker 2 hype is real. Now, it's so real. I gotta say, when the first one came out, I was on that immediately. I think I was in the top 50 in the United States room creators, but immediately when they started showing the slopes, that's how you know that the hype was real.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Any other games really get you excited?
The Tetris Battle Royale, it was just, it was out of left field. It's coming out tonight. I don't know when you're gonna, for the listeners, I don't know when this is going up, but it should be out by then. I'm hyped for Tetris Battle Royale. Tetris 99.
Yeah, it should be good. All right, man. Well, hey, thanks for dropping by the show. Appreciate it.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
All right, now we're gonna grab Super Nintendo. Here we go. Super Nintendo, what's up, my guy?
What's going on? How are you doing?
Dude, are pretty hyped right now, right?
Oh yeah. I liked it a lot. Yeah. We got a Simon Belmont amiibo coming. Who can't be hyped for that,
Right, exactly. Right off the bat, what game probably got you the most excited?
The most excited probably just the way Link's Awakening looked, but I was pretty surprised by Hellblade coming out of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah. So that's that, and it looked really good. Because right before that they had what was it, Dead by Daylight, and that looked pretty bad.
It looked a little muddy. Yeah, looked a little muddy.
Yeah, it looked kind of like what was the name? Payday 2. Payday that
it looked like that monster motocross game where everybody just looked like a 64 game that they tried to smooth out.
Yeah, it looked a little rough, but it's not coming out till this fall, so we'll see. But yeah, Hellblade looked really good, and then they started off with Mario Maker 2, but even though there's no Mario 2 implementation, at least they got Yoshi in there and the slopes.
Yeah, and the Cat Mario, right? Like that was kind of cool
Yeah,
to see.
right. Yeah, Cat Mario 2D.
Well, and some of the things they showed off, like the giant bullet bills coming at the screen, like
right. Yeah,
it was pretty cool. Like I really hope this time around, we're just going to kind of jump right in. So Mario Maker was the first thing they showed off. I really hope this time around there's greater support for Mario Maker, because that community is one of the biggest communities on Twitch as far as Nintendo games go. And it is very, very active. There is a lot of very talented people that play these games like on the expert levels and stuff. That it's incredibly fun to watch. So I'm really hoping, but they kind of felt abandoned by Nintendo. There was like, I want to say, don't quote me, but I want to say there was like 3 updates, and most of the time they took things out that ended up ruining levels. And so,
yeah, you're right.
So hopefully this time around that won't be the case. So, Nick wants to get back in and talk about slopes. So that was one of the big things the community was asking for. Like they really wanted slopes, And I've had some people comment on last night's show on the YouTube videos, like really hoping that it's easier to like not only to create levels but to create worlds, that you could like basically make your 1-1, your 1-2, your 1-3, your 1-4, and then move on, that kind of stuff. And that's what I tried to do with what I made initially when the game came out on the Wii U. But then it kind of became convoluted and you couldn't really upload it that way online. Right? It was, you kind of just threw levels up. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. Sorry I got quiet because all the stuff from the Direct is all live on the eShop, so I'm downloading it all now while I'm talking to you.
Oh,
but yeah,
very good. Very good.
Yep, that's the one thing. I think, was it Nick that said it? Was just out of nowhere with the battle with the Tetris Battle Royale with the Tetris 99.
Right.
That was kind of bizarre. And not only that, but then they were like, hey, we want to support our games with DLC. And the game I didn't expect to get DLC was Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker.
Right. Yeah.
But
very bizarre. Like, not only is it straight, like I did not think, other than Mario Kart, a port would be getting DLC, but.
Right, yeah. I thought for sure the first one would be Mario Kart, since it's like the best-selling Nintendo game on the system. But
yeah. So, hey, I'm in the eShop. How do I download demos? I don't remember.
What? You gotta go. Oh, well, I don't know. It might not be on the main store. You have to go to search, then you go to enter search, then you go to.
Which stuff is out already? Did you say?
Everything but the Yoshi demo I could find. If you go to the search, go to other search filters, and then hit search. Go to best sellers, the drop down on the top right.
Yep.
And then switch it to release new to old, and then go down to today's date, and they should all be there.
Okay. Cool. I will. I'll try to get some of these.
Final Fantasy IX is $20.99, not $19.99, but $20.99.
Well, there you go.
Well, purchased, got it.
Attaboy. So yeah, so like you were saying, go to go new
the
to
search,
old, and then they'll show up there. So
yeah, so they should be in the regular. They should update the main page soon enough. But there was a lot of stuff that they were like, oh, it's out later today. And not only did I not expect Tetris 99, where it's Tetris you versus 98 other people, but I didn't expect it to be like a free download for Nintendo Online players.
I actually love that they're doing that, because that is a game that we can't we're not going to see Tetris on the NES. I don't think the rights, the licensing. I don't think that any of that's happening. So. So it's really good that they're able to do that. I think it's great, and I love to see the addition of things like that. Like this opens the doors for, we were talking about it last night. Like, although all the Super Nintendo games were like apparently deleted, like the data miners can't find them any longer
after the update. Yeah.
But we were talking about like 8-player Super Mario Kart and things like that. But even if they decided not to do Super Nintendo games the way they're doing, that could still be a game that they're like, oh, hey, here's Super Mario Kart, 8 players, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So who knows? This is crazy. It's bonkers. So we're going to kind of just go through the list, just briefly touch on it. And so we talked about Mario Maker, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. It's coming out this summer. Game looks very, very interesting. I'm optimistic because the first game was really good. The RPG elements were excellent. I thought it was a good beat 'em up with some RPG elements, and I really liked that. I never played
and
the second game.
And they showed Venom.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, Venom and Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel and
Captain Marvel. Yeah.
So
they got It seems like they got the go ahead to have all the characters that everyone wanted in the last Marvel vs. Capcom game that weren't there. They all seem to be in this game.
Well,
and
it's such a massive cast. I mean, we saw Groot and things like that, but that's how these games were initially too. Like they were not small. They were very they were you had tons of characters to play with. Like I remember thinking at the time, because he wasn't, other than unless you were like big into comics, like Nick Cage, and Iron Fist, they were characters you could play as, but they weren't. I mean,
right? Yeah.
To me, they didn't seem like huge characters at the time, but the amount of characters you could play was quite significant. So, hopeful for that one. Box Boy, isn't this one weren't you hoping this one would show up?
Yeah, I thought it would be one of those out now games, but this one seems to be different. It says 270 different levels, but they didn't say if they were all new. I don't think, did they? It just said 270 challenges, so it's like Box Boy and Box Girl. So it's it looks good. They got that new character who's kind of like tall and can release taller pieces. So taller boxes, create taller boxes, and that looks pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that. What's it, April 26th?
Yeah, that one I didn't catch the date on. That was one I missed, but I'll make sure to add in the notes here now. Next up, we had a little Smash news, version 3.0, and they didn't showcase any Joker gameplay, but they did have him on screen, kind of showed him off, and that is going to be here the end of April also.
Yeah, he'll be out by the end of April, right? Is that what they said?
I believe that's what they said. Yeah.
So he'll come with 3.0, and then no hint whatsoever of the new character, the next character after him.
Yeah, nothing at all. It was what was strange about the Smash announcement. It was like, and version 3.0 is here, and we'll tell you about it later. I was like, okay, that was strange, or not here, but and 3.0 is on its way. But we'll talk about that later. So, before April, are we going to get, like, I can't imagine a Smash Direct, at this point, this late in the game. But, Lego Lawyer in chat says it feels like they told us nothing at all. Yeah, it was kind of weird. It was like this big, 3.0 is here.
It even said what's in 3.0. It's like, well, we're not ready to tell you.
You'll get it when we feel like giving it to you. So
you'll like it.
This is the one that we talked about kind of being out of left field. Treasure Tracker DLC free update with 2-player co-op out today, and then 5 new courses with 18 new challenges or something like that. I'm not super familiar with the game. I've played a little bit of it, but Now with co-op, that's going to be a game that gets added into the rotation of games I stream with my wife. We've been doing Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, and now Treasure Tracker is going to get on that list. I wonder if there's any unique ways she can kill me.
I'm sure she'll find a way.
I'm sure she will too. So, and the new courses are available March 14th. Next up on the list was Bloodstain, Ritual of the Night. This is available summer. We didn't get it. I know some people in chat were wanting a Castlevania announcement. Well, this is about as good as it gets for a Castlevania announcement, I think. Are you pretty stoked on this one? I played the little 8-bit one that they put out. I have that on the Switch, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I pre-ordered, or I backed it on Kickstarter because my dad was always a huge fan of Castlevania. So I pre-ordered it, so now we got 2 physical versions and 2 digital versions. Like, I went a little hardcore with that Kickstarter, but yeah, so
A little overboard.
Yeah, a little overboard. And so yeah, it's been a while since that Kickstarter happened, and hopefully it'll turn out to be pretty good. But it looks kind of like not Star Wars, Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, which was like the first one on the DS where you would just collect their souls and then you could get their special powers through their souls. So we'll see. Looks like it could be okay, or it doesn't look as bad as Mighty Number 9, so it should be pretty good.
Let's see here. Next up, Dragon Quest Builders 2, which we knew was coming, right? That was that game wasn't a surprise. It does have online co-op, which is great. I mean, you know. And then Dragon Quest 11S this fall, which I mean, I know I've played these games before because I know I've had to fight those little little slimes in I mean, this goes all the way back to like the NES days, correct? That's what I remember.
Yeah, it was on the NES.
Yeah,
the first one was.
So that's how long it's been since I've done anything other than I have Dragon Quest Builders, and I was like, no, this is not a good stream game. So yeah, Mel in chat's like, we know you played the first Builders. That was like, I was trying to stream it and I'm like, there's so much reading, I can't talk to anybody, forget this, I'm out. So then Disney Tsum Tsum Festival coming 2019.
Yes.
Like
Finally a game that speaks to me.
Finally, this is the
this is it.
This is
Curling as Mickey, as like a little plush Mickey.
Yeah,
it's what I've been missing in my life, I think.
Are these like? I mean, this. I have kids. They don't own a single one of these things. Is this? Do you know much about? Like, was this like a big? Like a big
They're
phenomenon?
pretty popular at, like in the Disney stores and like at Disneyland and Disney World.
I see. Okay.
Because they have one for every character. I think they have like.
How many does Dash have? That's what
Dash doesn't have any. Dash doesn't have any. Neither does Flynn. Flynn likes to save his money for Fortnite skins. Fortnite skins and bubblegum or milkshakes. Sorry.
There we go. Milkshakes to ruin. So he should save up for a new Switch for you.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, he should.
Let's see here. Starlink Battle for Atlas Spring Update brings the rest of the team in April 2019. So this one, like I'm trying to type as I'm watching, is did it say paid DLC or is it just an update and it's just
no? It's an update. Yeah, April something, right?
And that brings the racing, which I mean, can we talk about that for a second? Like Retro's whole Star Fox racing. Did they just like, hey Ubi, we're sending you something, you know, like, you know? Oh yeah. Are we allowed to talk about Starlink? That's a good question. So.
Are we allowed to talk about? Yeah, you guys talk about that enough.
Yeah, but they're adding quite a bit to it, which I think is great. Like, hey, bring on it feels good as a Star Fox game, you know. So that was good. let's say Kindle Crossing in the chat. What's going on? We're doing a live podcast right now. Let's see. Next up, Rune Factory 4 remastered later this year. Another RPG, and they added like marriage as like the great new adventure.
Yeah, I think this was a 3DS and PS4 game, wasn't it? Or PS3?
I have no clue. I have no clue, but
yeah, I believe it is or was.
Mel's saying it was the most wanted feature, so there you go. They listened to the community. She said, "Just pick your waifu." So there you go. And then they announced Rune Factory 5 is in development and will be coming to the Switch as well.
Yep.
So
another title reveal, just the title.
Yeah, nothing more than that. Oniaki, is that the name of this one? Did I say that correct? I briefly saw the title. Was this the one that was switching back and forth between the living and the
like two different dimensions?
The living and the beyond. Is that this one? Okay. And so
I think Mel knows how to say the name.
He said no one knows how to. She says no one knows how to say it. So, you know.
But yeah, so that's from Square Enix. I don't know what it'll end up being like.
It looked It looked pretty solid though, as far as RPG goes. Like, again, right. the Switch is. I mean, it's knocking it out of the park with RPGs. I'm still wondering when we're going to start seeing some more first-person shooters. You know, but that's okay. It's okay. Yoshi's Crafted World demo available today. This game looks better and better every time. Every time they show it.
I liked all the different stuff that they showed today.
The little cardboard bullet bill that he was riding around in. Amazing.
They got the Labo cardboard box that he's riding in.
Yeah, the Labo
Apple
piano.
juice.
Yes. Yeah. So that demo's available today. So we'll make sure we get that downloaded. Then kind of the biggest part of the show here was Fire Emblem Three Houses, coming July 26th. So a little bit of a delay, which I know some people were bummed out about. But man, does this game look gorgeous! And I've played very little. I've played the mobile game and I've played Awakening some. But this seems like such a huge step for this series, and I mean, it looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous, and it looks like it's going to be a game that you could really, really invest some time into.
Yeah, it looks really good, and there's definitely a lot to do outside of just battling with all the stuff going on at the school. It almost looks like you're playing Persona 5, where in Persona 5, in between the battles, you have to like go to class and do this and that, and that's kind of what Fire Emblem Three Houses looks like. And those characters look like they would make a nice fit for future Smash Brothers characters.
Nick says he's super hyped for Three Houses. Richard's saying Three Houses looks more complex than Xenoblade. I'm just like looking at all the reading I'm gonna have to do. That was my big takeaway. You know. Next we got. That was the Tetris 99 free download today for all Nintendo Switch Online users.
Yep. Oh no.
Dead by Daylight, which was a complete shock. Like, wow, you know.
Yeah.
Graphically not so great, but if the gameplay is there, it could be a great title to play with the community this fall. Deltarune, this has something to do with Undertale, is that right? Like, I'm so out of the loop on this stuff.
Yeah, it's like the next game by Toby Fox, I believe, and it's on PC. It came out on PC, and it was just like a free download out of nowhere. Click on this link, it just downloads, and you start playing. And it's like they revamped the battle system, and I think it takes place in the same universe, maybe a different timeline or different time. It's kind of confusing because it's just like the first part. And then, but yeah, looks really good.
Richard from chat is asking, is Dead by Daylight great? So the 1 year I went to E3, Dead by Daylight was one of the big games that was being shown off. And that main character that kind of resembles, Jason from Friday the 13th. They had somebody dressed up like him. He was, he was massive. Like, I don't even think, he probably was close to 7 feet tall. It was nuts. And so and then overall, if you can check out some streams and stuff of people playing it, like, it's one of those like kind of intense, fun, community games, that's kind of what it boils down to. So, it can be pretty scary if that's what you're into. Mm-hmm. Next up, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it came out before Friday the 13th, and then I think the reason that we won't see Friday the 13th on the Switch is because it's like the whoever has the copyright for Jason, I guess they don't have the rights to update that game anymore. Whoever had the copyright to the game Friday the 13th that was on Xbox One, PS4, PC, and so they can't update it or do anything to the game, so they probably won't have that anytime soon. All the legal battles going on, so we might see that in the future. The Friday the 13th game.
Gotcha. All right. Next up was an update for Daemon X Machina, which there is a demo available today that includes a boss battle, and then you can do a survey for them to find, kind of let them know what we think. And they said as of right now, it's coming summer 2019. I think that date is dependent upon how this survey goes and what people think of the game.
Right. Yeah. If people like the demo, please. But they did say not only is it a limited time demo, but they want feedback after you play it. Like, tell us what you think about it and everything. Yeah. So that's exciting.
It looks amazing. Like, it looks like a game I'm really, really excited about.
Right.
And I hope it plays as good as it looks. Next up was one I believe we knew about. This is Grid Autosport coming summer 2019. But just a complete package. Like, I think it says something like 100 cars and 100 different tracks, something like that. Like, it's got a lot of stuff here. So if you're looking for that more simulation racing, plus it has like demolition derby and things like that, this might be might be right up your alley. This is the one that, like, I couldn't believe it when I was seeing it, and it didn't look bad. That was Hellblade.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it looked really good.
It's a game I know very little about, like, because to be perfectly honest, I thought it was Horizon DLC when I first saw it, like
right.
Zero Dawn. I thought it was.
Yeah. Well, the girl looks kind of like a mix between her and the from Heavenly Sword.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, look, Mel's like, oh, Josh.
Oh, Josh. Okay. Yeah.
So, that, one more thing I don't know, right? Big shocker, right?
Add it to the list.
Yeah, add it to the list. I seriously thought it was Horizon Zero Dawn DLC. Not even gonna lie.
Close.
Let's see here. Next up, Mortal Kombat 11.
Yep.
We knew about. Can't wait. Unravel 2, March 22nd. That's pretty hype.
Yeah, you know what? I think that might be one of the most shocking things is seeing a game from EA that isn't FIFA, and just seeing that, a game's coming to the Switch from EA. So we'll see. Maybe they'll be bringing more games to the Switch in the future.
Well, and if you like, from the little bit I know, and EA is a massive company, right? And they really got behind the developer of Unravel and Unravel 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like they want to see this game succeed, and they want to see it get into more hands. And I mean, I think I held off on picking up Unraveled 2 because I'm like, there is a blue and red character in this game. This is a game meant for the Switch. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
I waited, but it'll be one that I will pick up now on the. And I have the first one, and I loved it. It's a beautiful game. They're a lot of fun. So, and challenging, like good, kind of cool puzzle elements and stuff as you're unraveling, co-op. And local co-op as well. So, let's see here. Assassin's Creed 3 remastered. It's announced, guys. Hey, we talked about it last night. Like, is this going to actually happen? So Assassin's Creed 3 has all the DLC. It's funny that they're calling it remastered because it almost seems like demastered when they're putting it on a system that isn't even as powerful as the system it came out on,
I guess it's remastered compared to the Wii U version.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Good call.
Plus, but the one that's coming out on PS4, Xbox One, it's just that by itself. And that comes out March 28th, I think. But then this one comes with the, I think it's a part of the season pass. It comes with the Vita version or the Liberty.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Liberation, I think it's called.
Right,
and it's just that with, it's that and both of them together. So.
Yeah, kind of a real complete package.
Yeah. May 21st, right? Yeah, you already said that.
Yeah, May 21st. So. Next up, Final Fantasy VII is March 26th. It actually has a date, so that's pretty crazy. Final Fantasy IX is on Switch today for what, 2019? Is that what you said?
$20.99.
Oh, $20.99. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the what is it, the mystery dungeon for the Chocobo Mystery Dungeon is out on the 20th.
Correct.
So it's out like 6 days before, and that one is up right now for preload. So if you want it, you can go preload it. But yeah, that's out, and I thought Final Fantasy VII would be out now, but it's Final Fantasy IX.
Yeah, wild. So next up was a game. When this started, I was like, did Microsoft give Perfect Dark back to Nintendo? Like that's what this looked like. Immediately looked like Perfect Dark. The opening sequence, I was like, oh man, it's happening, right? And no, but still good stuff. It's called Astral Chain, and it's from Platinum, and it has an August release date. I don't know that they had the exact date. They might have, but I think they actually did. I couldn't get it. It might have been the 29th or something. But.
Yeah. I think it might be the 19th or the 29th or 28th.
Yeah, maybe Mel will know. The Oracle, she might remember. Looks super cool. She says the 30th, so there you go.
I was way off.
It looks super cool. It had like, it had that like, kind of that Bayonetta style of hack and slash, but then there was like some co-op stuff, and it was another thing they were like, and did it look like there were two players on the screen? Find out more later. It was kind of a really it was a weird, I don't know if it was a weird translation or what, but it was just kind of a strange transition. Like, you can't tell us if this is co-op, like that was odd. Really, but the game looks stellar. It looks stellar. It looks like it may have a really interesting story as well. Then Bayonetta 3 got a little update. No gameplay yet. All they said was the teams are working hard.
Yep, they're still working. Please understand.
Yeah, they're still working. Please understand. That's pretty much it. And then the last game was Nope. It was not. It was not.
Not Animal Crossing.
We saw no Animal Crossing, and we saw no Luigi's Mansion. So, and I mean, honestly, I'm not like, in the back of my mind, I kind of was like, I could see them not showcasing this because we've already seen something last year, and I think they also probably got the feedback from last year that like Smash had way too much of a focus and they didn't show off enough stuff. That this year, what was the date? Was there a date for? Let me see if I have it here. This is June 2019. I don't know. So it may be after E3. So they may be showing off Mario Maker, Ultimate Alliance. Like E3 is going to be pretty exciting with the handful of games that we know about, and then whatever else may show up. Mel says Metroid fans dead, Pikmin fans dead.
Whoops. You can still play Hey Pikmin if you're interested.
Yeah, or Samus Returns. That's really good. You just got to get your your 2DS or your 3DS out for that.
Just can't play Blast Ball.
No, so 3DS. It's true. It's true. So, so here, the scene opens up, right? And it looks like you've played Team Ninja games before, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it looks like. The waves crashing, and I was like, so is Team Ninja doing like, is this like Ninja Gaiden? That was kind of the first things going through my mind, which I mean I'm all about, so I would have been stoked for, especially if it's good, like the first two that were on Xbox.
Right. But
then we see Link, right? Or you see a ship and you see a little green tunic, and this ship is having a hard time in the waves. You could kind of tell.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean it was barely a ship, really. It was like a raft almost. But yeah, he was having a hard time. The sea was getting the better of him.
And it kind of pans out. You see Link on just a board in the water. You see the volcano and the giant egg with the pink polka dots on it. And Link's Awakening. Now, we knew about this, like it was rumored last year, right? We'd heard right. rumblings of this being a thing.
Last year, the rumor was it was a 3DS game.
Correct. Yeah. I wonder if it was, and then they completely abandoned it. I wonder. But the art style is, it almost has that. It's still a 2D Zelda game, right? That kind of that 3/4. Like almost like looking down kind of on the game, but it had the side-scrolling elements that are in Link's Awakening. I actually the last 2 summers I've been playing Link's Awakening on my Game Boy Color. I have like the black cart,
Oh, yeah. And you've been playing it?
Yeah, and so I haven't completed it yet, but I've been kind of slowly working my way through it. So I'm pretty excited to be able to jump into this one. Crazy that Nintendo is doing another Zelda game already, right? I mean, this we're getting 2 2D Marios this year and a Zelda game, plus Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Luigi's. Like, I didn't know if this year could like compare to last year or the year prior, and it seems like they're really pulling it off. What did you think of Link's Awakening when you saw the way it looked and everything?
Yeah, when I first we were watching the trailer and he's in the water, and I was like, oh man, is this what the game's gonna look like? But then it switched over, showed us the gameplay. It almost looked like a Link Between Worlds, kind of like that, almost like just the way that kind of looks, how it was like kind of cartoony, and
it looks like a mix of Link Between Worlds and the new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe graphics. The way the characters are kind of just a little more like almost like chubby in a way,
Right. So, yeah, and they even had Goombas in there at one point.
That's true. Yeah, there are Goombas
on the side scrolling section.
Yeah, you have to jump on them. I remember doing that and was like, this is rad. I remember doing it last summer. I was like, this is rad. I'm jumping on Goombas. At first I'm like, can I jump on this thing or is it going to hurt me? Like I wasn't sure.
Right. Yeah.
I wasn't sure. So, but all we know is Zelda Link's
2019.
Awakenings. Yeah, the remake is 2019. We don't have the exact date. And that was it. That was every game. We just went through every game. I'm excited to see that that this kind of stuff is happening. To see a game that's 26 years old get a remake, and I'm sure there's a good amount of people that probably miss this one. Right. And then for some people, I hear some people talk very, very fondly of it. Like they really, really love this game. Is it one that you've played? You played through to completion?
Yeah, I beat it back in the day, and then I've been playing through it again recently, and then now they announced it, and I kind of want to play through it all the way, so I'm fresh with it again, and then see what sort of changes they make when this game comes out sometime later this year. I'm guessing fall or holiday.
Yeah, it could be our holiday game. Who
And
knows?
they got Animal Crossing or Animal Crossing and Pokemon still, so
Right. Yeah. Yeah, all I kept seeing in my chat was like, "Oh, this summer my wallet's gonna hurt. Like, how are we gonna afford all these games?"
right, like most of these games were all like out by the summer.
Yeah, if they didn't say summer or an exact date, I don't think they just said 2019.
Yep. Yeah.
So I'm fairly certain. Like, which one did we see? The Final Fantasy games. Those are like 3 days. Like Final Fantasy VII is 3 days before Yoshi.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
So like we're gonna get to a point where it's like every 2 weeks and maybe even every week, there's gonna be games launching. Not
only that, but was it November or October, November? Capcom announced that Resident Evil 1, 4, 0 are all coming to the Switch in 2019. So
it's crazy. It is bonkers. So it's gonna be a crazy year. It's gonna be a good year, and I'm looking forward to it. Overall, like if I had to kind of just give the direct a grade real quick, and we're gonna go into this even more in depth, a lot of these games and stuff on Tuesday. We just kind of want to give you guys a quick rundown, but overall, I'm not disappointed in the slightest. I wish there had been Animal Crossing, of course, and even seeing more Luigi's Mansion would have been great. But overall, new 2D Zelda, Mario Maker, Fire Emblem, plus the Tetris game being free, and the DLC for Treasure Tracker, that kind of stuff. A little bit of Smash news in there. Like overall, I felt like this was an amazing Direct.
yeah, I really liked it. It was good. A lot of great stuff. A lot of stuff to look forward to. Plus, a lot of questions left unanswered. So we'll be sure to look for them in the future, like Animal Crossing.
Yes. Yeah. We got E3 to look forward to, which is,
Exactly. Yeah.
it'll be here before we know it. That's the the thing.
Blink and
So,
it'll be here.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Super Nintendad. I got a podcast, We Like Indies, and a Nintendo podcast, Nintendo Entertainment Show.
Is this still happening?
I just posted a predictions episode yesterday.
Oh,
So
there you go.
turns out I guess it is.
Well, there you go. All right. Cool. All right,
Yeah.
guys, you can follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, all the places. It's at N64Josh. And you can follow this show at the N Powercast. The show notes for this episode will be at n64josh.com/NPC178. You can email the show if you want, npc@n64josh.com. And if you'd like to get yourself a free book from Audible, go to audibletrial.com/NPC. the chair I'm sitting in from OPC. You can go to n64josh.com/OPC to automatically save $10 at checkout, and all chairs are an additional $20 off right now. So you can save a total of $30, which is a good deal. I do have a Patreon if you want to get yourself an extra podcast each month. This month's episode went up last weekend, and I had some pretty good questions. You go to patreon.com/n64josh. You can see just for $1 you get the audio version. So you can check that out there. Do have some new stuff up in the merch store, n64josh.com/store, if you want to check out some t-shirts, things like that. Do join the Discord. We'd love to have you. n64josh.com/discord is your invite. You can just type that in your browser on your phone and it will automatically bring you right to Discord. We have a Facebook group if that's your thing, n64josh.com/Facebook group. And lastly, if you could rate and review on iTunes, we would greatly appreciate it. Guys, there will not be a Thursday show because it is Valentine's Day, and I'm going to spend that with my wife and our kids. We like to dip strawberries in chocolate. That's what we do on Valentine's Day with the kids. So it's a good time. It's a good time. So that's going to do it. Super Nintendo Dad, thank you for this impromptu, like, out of the blue. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. No problem. Toodaloo.
Yeah, toodaloo. Exactly. All right. We will see you guys next Tuesday for... there's a chance there's going to be a bonus episode this weekend. So, be on the lookout for that. With that, we'll see you guys later. Bye now.